Hi, my name is Levi, and I am the Director of Flight Operations and Chief UAV Pilot here at Eagle Drone Services. Today I'm going to be reviewing for you the case that we use for our Phantom 4 Pro. The Phantom 4 is basically the workhorse of our entire operation. We use it for the majority of all of our flights. We also have a Mavic Pro and an Inspire 2. However, the Phantom 4 is usually perfect for all of the jobs that we require it to do. Being that it gets so much work, that means that the Phantom is constantly going out into the field and coming back, and we needed a very efficient way of organizing all of our equipment that we take with it. Also important is protecting it during this travel, so it is really important that we have a case that meets all of our needs. After doing some research, we ordered a case from Dronz, and I just want to point out that we are in no way sponsored by them and have not talked to them prior to making this video. So, I mean, if the case sucks, we're going to tell you the case sucks. If it's a good case, I'm just going to give you the truth here. I'm also going to leave a link in the description to the case so that you can check it out for yourself. So let's take a look at the case. So this is the case. It's a very good construction. I think it's like a Pelican case. They have the Dronz logo here. It's got handles on the front and on this side, and it actually has wheels on the bottom here, and a handle that extends out of the bottom, so you can wheel it around if you need to. So that's really helpful. Other than that, there's really nothing to note on the outside, so let's take a look inside. So this is the inside of the case. You can see the layout. Ignore this stuff here, you'll see this right here. I'll get to that in a minute, but I just want to concentrate on the layout of the case right now. So as you can see, it gives you a pretty diverse layout. There are 7 spots for batteries, 4 on this side, 2 here, and then 1 in the bird. You have a tablet slot, a controller slot, and you have all these other spaces to put things. I'm actually going to show you now how we do the layout of our case. So obviously your Phantom will go right in the middle here. You got to align it correctly. This is cut out in the back for the battery, and these spaces here are cut out for the gimbal cover. So that fits in. It fits in okay. There's like a little bit of extra space here. I wasn't really comfortable at first how this sits in this case, but after moving it around a while, I decided that it was alright. It's just not an exact fit. Controller goes right in there. And batteries. We currently have 5 batteries, so I like to populate these 4 on the side first, and then 1 in the drone. Although you can really put them wherever you want. The batteries will fit here, it'll fit up here, wherever you want to put them. I don't generally put anything in this front compartment, but in this back battery space I will put a silica gel just to get any moisture out of the case. You don't want any moisture getting into the components of your drone. I have my tablet that we use to fly with, fits right in here. For this area, what I'll do is I'll put in the battery charging hub first, and then on top of that I'll put in 1 extra set of propellers. Just like that. For this area, I'll fold up the strap. Kind of bends it out a little bit, but I think it's okay. And then I'll put in some USB cords over here. I have some smaller ones that I use, and a longer one, and then the adapter. Over here in this compartment I have small log sheets to keep track of battery usage, and a pen that I'll put in here. And I'll also stick in the car charger. For the wall charger, I will disconnect this piece and then wrap it up and also stick it in this compartment. And then for the block side, I will stick that in this remaining open spot here, and then kind of fold up the cord that goes with it and stick it in this area on top here. And that is it. That is basically everything that we need to fly with. You just want to make sure that when you're closing this case that the propellers are aligned. If you look at the top of the case, there are cutouts in the top foam to allow your propellers to sit in there without having pressure on them. So you just want to make sure that those are aligned before you close your lid. Okay, so now that you've seen the case, I'm going to give you my pros and cons. I'll start with the pros. Pro. This case had a great layout. I could fit a lot of stuff in this case. I could fit up to 7 batteries, which is a lot of flight time, and all of my accessories go into this case. The only thing I couldn't fit was my second controller. I carry a second controller with me in case I have a problem with my tablet or with my primary controller. Then I can pull out the second controller, which has a built-in screen, and hopefully remedy that problem. However, everything else that I need to fly my Phantom will fit in this case. The strap, the USB cords. You could even find a place for your memory cards, but I keep those in a separate case. Pro. This case offers great protection for your Phantom. The case is very solid, it is watertight. The foam inside at first felt a little brittle and not too forgiving, and I was a little worried at first, but after carrying it around for a while, it definitely offered great protection for the drone. Pro. This case comes at a reasonable price. It is retailing at $189 on carolinadrones.com. That's a little expensive, but compared to other drone cases of a similar layout, it's pretty reasonable. Now for the cons. Con. This case is pretty heavy. It's not unreasonably heavy, however, I have an Inspire 2 case that actually, with everything in it, including 2 controllers and my batteries, weighs less than this case with all of my accessories in it. However, it does have a handle that can be extended and wheels on the bottom, so it's very easy to transport. Con. There wasn't a lot of selection for colors in this case. The actual case itself had a decent selection. I believe you could choose from black, blue, gray, orange, and yellow, which was nice, but the inside foam only came in red or yellow, and I did not have an option for even a black, which was disappointing. I would have preferred to have the case match my company colors or at least just be all black, and that was not an option here. Con. The top foam. This was a real headache for me. When I first got the case, I could not seem to find a good spot to have the propellers where the case would close and not press on the propellers. When I would try to close the case, the top of the foam would press down into the propellers and bend them, which was no good. So I contacted Carolina Drones about this, and I believe that they checked out the other top foams that they had in stock, and they all had the same issue. They then sent me a replacement top foam that came straight from the manufacturer. Now I do have the old foam that originally came with this case right here, and as you can see, compared to the new foam, what all they really did was widen these channels for the propellers to sit in to make sure that they are at the correct spot. However, due to this, it compromised the integrity of the foam itself, and it began bending in towards the inside of the case, which then would still sit on top of the propeller. So what I did to remedy this was I just put a ton of Gorilla Glue on the border of the upper foam with the case, and then I clamped it overnight, and this sealed the foam to the case, which did not allow it to then bend in. And that did fix the problem, but as you can see, it kind of looks terrible now because I just have this dried up glue. And I tried to remove, I actually did remove most of it, but if I were to try to remove any more, it would start pulling the foam back away from the case. So that's the best I can have it. I mean, no clients are really going to be looking that intently at the inside of the case. So it's not really a problem, but the entire process of getting it to functioning correctly was really a pain. It took way too long to try to get this as a functioning case. I don't know that I would buy this case again as is. If they were to fix the top foam issue, I definitely think that this is a great case to buy, but I'm going to let you decide on whether you should buy it or not based on my pros and cons list and this video review. So like I said, the link to the case is in the description below, and if you like this review, you can subscribe to see more, and I'll see you in the next video.